And we now have the pleasure of being joined by Florida State head coach Mike Norvell. Coach, you're in the middle of winter conditioning, more or less. Are you one of those guys jumping in with the mat drills and doing things during the cones? Because I see the hype videos. I see you bringing the juice. Are you jumping in the drills too?
I try to, I'll get out there and run around a little bit, but I try to stay as far away from the actual drill work as possible. I'm well past my time and all that, but no, it's been good. It's been a really good start to our winter program. Our Coach Swarms, our strength conditioning coach, does a remarkable job, and it's fun seeing just a sense of urgency from our players. The guys that are returning, that you have new opportunities in front of them, and then some of the newcomers that have joined the program. Here in January done a great job hitting the ground running, and just so excited about what is ahead for us in spring practice and seeing this team really start to form their identity.
I was going to say a lot of new faces because a lot of guys that were big contributors and leaders for y'all last year gone on to the NFL, which is always a good thing, but one of the unfortunate parts of college football. When it comes to sustaining that culture that y'all have in-house, obviously really special, was a big reason why y'all were undefeated last season. How do you go about sustaining that now with some of these newcomers and new faces into the program?
Well, it's about continued growth, and I mean that's one of the true heartbeats of our program is just it comes down to the work, and whenever you come into this program, and it's about making that investment on a daily basis. The people that are around you, we try to have a group of like-minded individuals, and it's about building those relationships. It's about upholding the standard of pushing to be your best on a daily basis, on the field, off the field, whether it's in the weight room, in the classroom, wherever that might be. And so the culture is something that's been established over the last 4 years. This past season, these last couple of years, have been some of the fruits of that work that's gone in. But we're excited about going to get better, and that's what this team is pushing for. We've got a lot of great young men that I get to coach every day, and excited about them capitalizing on the opportunity that's in front of us. So it's really just that constant push of being better than what we've been.
And from an on-field perspective, we mentioned some of that production that is gone to the league, like a Keon Coleman and a Johnny Wilson. Obviously, guys like that don't necessarily grow on trees. So with some of these new faces, whether it be incoming freshmen or guys that are going to get their chance now that were elsewhere on the depth chart last year, do you have to reinvent some of the things you do schematically, or is it, hey, this is how we do it, this is how we're going to do it, we're going to make sure we put you in position to be successful? How much reinvention is there going on schematically, Coach?
No, I think every year you're going to continue to tie your schemes and what you do offensively, defensively, and special teams to the guys that you have. And we didn't have Keon Coleman. He wasn't on the roster till the summer, and that was something that was not something that we anticipated, not something that was really expected. But when he came in, he was a special player that brought a great dynamic to this team, and so we were obviously excited about what he was able to do and accomplish. And even for him, he did some things that he had not done before, and so that's what this program is all about. It's about trying to put our playmakers in a position to showcase all of their skills and talents, and it's going to change year in and year out to make sure that we're fitting things to the guys that we have. And I think we've got a very talented and explosive group that we have here in Tallahassee, and excited to see them continue to work to put themselves in a position to go be showcased.
Yeah, Coach, I'm not a journalist, so I think I get to have favorite players, if that makes sense. It's not like the journalistic integrity thing for me. DJ U is one of my favorite players. Just his story and what he's done throughout the course of his college career. What made him the right fit for y'all when he jumped into the portal, ultimately getting him to Tallahassee?
I think you see the ability. I mean, he's got a tremendous arm. He's got great size. All the experiences that he's been through. But truly, it comes down to who he is. It's the person. It's the mindset, the approach that he brings. He's a remarkable human being. He's got great leadership qualities. But he's somebody that loves to work, and to be able to come in, understanding the expectation that we have within our program. Not just on the field, but really from all-inclusive approach, and just the heart that he has, and the passion and desire that he brings on a day in and day out basis to go get better. And I think you've seen that through his experiences. He's had some really great moments, and he's had some challenges that he's had to overcome. But I think those challenges have helped kind of build him to the young man that he is today. And I think it's a great opportunity for him, and it's a great opportunity for Florida State to take those next steps together.
And I know the kind of the unique part of the situation is you actually got to play against him when he was at Clemson. How much did that factor into you bringing him to be at Florida State?
I'd watched a lot of him, and from his time at Clemson when he was in the league, to even this last year when he was at Oregon State. I think that all that he has done, like I said, the good and some of the challenges that he's faced, it's built him to where he is now, and that's what I'm so excited about these next steps, and just being able to come into this program, be able to be around the guys that we have that are surrounding him. I told him just come in and be himself, and just show up every day, pushing to improve, pushing to get better, in the things that he's doing, in his overall understanding, the rhythm, the timing, the understanding of an offense, and I think the rest is going to take care of itself. But we got a great group, and he's definitely a special young man.
And I don't think it would be a tremendous surprise to anybody if someone like a DJU had success via the portal coming to Florida State, because that kind of seems like it's been a trend for y'all. I mean, you guys recruit the portal about as well as anybody. What's that secret sauce? Because you land Jared Verse from Albany, you go get Braden Fisk. Like you're finding these guys, coach, and they're having instant impact. What's the process there?
I just think that we find the right guys that fit Florida State, and this program's not for everybody. And we go through the process, whether it's high school, whether it's guys in the transfer portal. We try to be very transparent and real to what we're looking for, and try to also get an understanding of what's important to them. And that's why I think we've had the success that we've had, is because, one, we know what we're looking for, and try to be very specific in what we go after. And when those guys have come here, they understand the expectation, and we've been able to allow them to showcase all that they can bring to this program. And for what you see from them on the field and what they're doing in between the white lines, yeah, it's special. But the teammates they are, the belief and the buy-in that they have to the program, and for guys that even if they're only here for a couple of years, I mean, they're Seminoles for the rest of their life, and that's something that's important to us as well. It's not just about the short term; it's about helping set them up for the long term of what and how they're going to be remembered.
And when it comes to the acquiring talent side of things, not just the portal, but also the high school level, y'all are recruiting really well in that department. In addition, when it comes to those conversations you have with kids, especially within the state of Florida, has that pitch changed a little bit with the fact that y'all are 2-0 each of the last 2 years within the state?
Well, I mean, I think the kids within the state, I mean, now they're getting a better chance to see, what it looks like. It's not talking about just a vision of what it can be. It's where the steps that we've taken, the guys that have come in, seeing some of that development. I'm excited about this year, and guys that have been within the program have grown and developed, that they're going to get their opportunity to take the next step in their career. And so, it's all about being able to paint the picture for the guys that are at the high school level of what it can be, and can they see themselves doing the things that we are currently being able to accomplish. And there is a great deal of excitement, a great deal of buzz. I think when you look back at this last year's class, I mean, I think we signed 23 high school players. I want to say it was 19 were from the state of Florida or the state of Georgia. Here regionally, which is something that was important to us coming in. You got to remember our first year that we were here, really a year and a half with COVID, we weren't able to get out on the road, and so we had some challenges of just even in evaluations and things there early in the process. But now these guys from regionally based, I mean, they get to see it. They've come, they've been around our staff, and they understand what's happening here in Tallahassee.
And Coach, I feel a little bit obligated just to ask this question. I know y'all are all the way locked in on football and what's going on during winter and spring, but it's slow time of the year, so people are talking about realignment in Florida State and the ACC. Is that something that recruits are curious about when it comes to the future at Florida State, or is it just, hey, all ball all the time, we're moving this thing forward?
No, I mean, there's times that there'll be questions, just anything that ever shows up in the media, you usually will have a question from time to time. But for us, it's exciting because of all the things that Florida State has done to put ourselves in this position. And we've got a tremendous university. We've got a great backing and the things that we're doing. The resources that are provided for our players on a daily basis. I mean, it is an exciting time to be a Seminole. And whether it's talk about conference and all the things that are in the news, that doesn't play a whole lot into what we're doing. But I mean, our university is making an incredible commitment to what we're building. And, there's obviously a lot of excitement about where we are and also where we're going, as a program, and, obviously what we're continuing to build.
And that was something that you doubled down on recently, because the Alabama becomes open and a lot of names get thrown on there, yours included, and then shortly thereafter, you enhance a deal with Florida State. What was it about Florida State right now that made you want to double down on that commitment and say, no, I want to be here, I want to be in Tallahassee, I'm excited about where we're headed?
I mean, the people make the place, and we've got an incredible group of people. From our administration, to our fan base, to the players I get to coach, to the coaches I get to do it with. I mean, it's a special group, and we put our heart into this, and it's been fun watching this program continue to take the steps. Not only on the field but off the field. The investment that's going into it. It's definitely exciting times. We got over $400 million worth of construction that's going on. That you'll hear currently that's being done within the next 2 years around our football facilities. I mean, there's a lot of excitement about what's being built, and just the continued investment into the student athlete and their overall collegiate experience. So I mean, I'm excited because of who I get to do it with, and I believe in where we're going. I believe in who I'm, what we get to represent in this wonderful fan base, and definitely excited to be a Seminole.
Without question. So a lot of hard hats being worn around campus here with all that construction going on, Coach. Well, we appreciate all your time. Last question for you. When it comes to spring ball around the corner, what's the number one thing that you are defining success by during those practices?
I mean, growth. I know it's a simple term, but I mean, are we every single day getting out on that field and leaving it better? I mean, going out there, pushing all that we have. I want to see great competition. I want to see, that identity that we talk about and that we desire. Are we taking positive steps to seeing that in our actions? And so just the consistent growth. And if we do that, then it will be a success, and we'll be, one step closer to where we need to be by the time that fall kicks off.
Without question. Well, Coach, again, we really appreciate you making some time. We're excited to watch y'all get after here in the spring, and obviously when they kick off in the fall. Thanks again.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for having me on, and go Noles.
Hey, y'all. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also, be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.